Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm Emon, by the way, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I do my brows with two different types of brow products. So the first one is a brow pencil and the other is a dip brow product, both from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Surprisingly, I tend to use the micro brow pencil from NYX for my brows, but since I didn't have it on hand with me, I just used some of my mother's, which is she uses the Anastasia Beverly Hills to fill in her brows, and they're both great products. Honestly, if I had to choose, I'd pick both because there's no huge difference between the two. They both fill in my brows, and that's what I like about both of them. So if you want to see how to get your brows or fill in your brows like I fill in mine, whether using a dip brow or using a brow pencil, then just keep watching. Okay, so you've seen the title of the video. You know I'm here to show you how I do my eyebrows two different ways, with the pomade and with a pencil. So lately I've been using the pomade mainly because I ran out of my pencil. I usually use the micro brow pencil by NYX. I forgot what the shade. If you see my other videos, you've seen that I use what shade I use, but I forgot. I'm losing it right now. But I use that as a pencil, and then I use as of right now, since I don't have a pencil, I use my dip brow pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade dark brown. So a little background on if you're new to makeup, if you're learning, you just want to know how to do your brows, you're starting makeup but you want to start easy, brows is the way to go, always the way to go, for me at least. And a pomade, for your knowledge, is pretty much it's like a cream, a type of cream product. It's basically your pencil in a cream form, and you use a brush or finger, whichever you like, but I use a brush, and you just kind of scope it out. I'll show you how to do it in a second, but that's basically what a pomade is. And then a pencil is just like basically like, it's kind of like your eyeliner, but it can be waxy, it can be creamy, it can be any type of way. Side note, I'm sick. I'm like, my nose is probably running right now. Oh god. I just got sick overnight, so I'm gonna sound a little nasally at the moment, but I think that's all the time, honestly. Okay, back to eyebrows. Sorry about that. So you want to put on, so it depends, yeah, like I said, depends on your preference on which one you want to use. You want to use a brow pomade, or you want to use a pencil. I don't mind either, honestly. The thing is, the cons of a pomade, excuse me, is that it's thick. So you have to go with a very light hand, otherwise your eyebrows can look super dark. And I mean, if that's how you like it, then you know, good for you. But for a beginner, I know that some people don't want to have makeup on, full face makeup on, so maybe a pomade is something you would want to stray away from because it can be so dark. Okay, let's just get on to putting on the brows when you don't have and I'll show you both sides. So this half, so I would stay away from a pomade if you're starting out makeup. And this side I will do with my pomade. Unless you have a very light touch of hand, I would say go for a pencil. Okay, so before we put the brows on, let's show you the products that you will probably need in order to put your eyebrows on. So if you have a pencil, you won't need much. You'll just need the pencil. If it comes with a spoolie on the end of it, then you're set with that. And then you'll need two types of concealer. Yeah, so you'll need two-toned concealers or foundations in this case. But if you have concealers, that's better because it's a little bit more lightweight. Especially if you're going to do a more lightweight coverage look for the day. For full coverage, I wouldn't mind using a foundation. But for this situation, for me, all I have on hand, or what I'm going to use for this situation, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. And then this is the skin tone color that you want. And then I have the Beyond Perfecting Foundation plus Concealer from Clinique and the lighter foundation. In the lighter shade. So you'll need a lighter shade and a darker shade. The shade that you usually put on your base of your skin, that's your natural like skin color, and then you'll have the lighter color. That's something you use like as concealer for your under eyes to highlight and things like that. So you'll have those products. You're gonna want your brushes. So now if you have a pomade, then you're gonna have an angled brush and then something with a spoolie. Obviously mine comes with both sides. And then a concealer brush to spread out the concealer that you're going to use. I have two. I suggest two. There's this one. It's kind of like a buffer concealer brush, and this will just make it buff into your eye easier. With this one, it makes sure that when you put the concealer on, it's precise. So those two brushes are what you're gonna need also. And then lastly is a type of like gel to hold your eyebrow hairs in place. So some people don't really care for their eyebrows to be like a certain way. I do sometimes, it just depends on the day. But some good ones are like an actual brow gel that comes from a company. The one I have on hand as of right now is the Gimme Brow Benefit kind of brow, what is this called again? Volumizing fiber gel. Basically just to keep your brows up. Okay, now I'm gonna stop babbling. I'm gonna zoom you in. I'm gonna show you how I do my eyebrows with 2 different pencils. One the dip brow, and yeah, we're getting real personal. We're getting real close and personal with each other today, y'all. Okay, so the Anastasia brow pencil is just a little waxy, and so you don't really need a heavy hand. Well, you kind of need a heavy hand, but then you don't. So you're gonna start at the tail of your brow. At least this is what I did. You just start pressing the product into your brow, and you want the heavier end to be your tail. You don't want the heavy end to be at the front of your brow, because that's where you want it to be the most natural, like the lightest. So you're going to keep going to the tail. Once you have a deep enough line in the tail, you don't want it to be too dark. And if you make a mistake, that's fine too, because you're going to use the concealer to clean it up. So you take that, you bring it down, and then you want to go on the top and start bringing that down towards the tail. So then once you fill out the tail, you can start filling out the end in general. Once you've went from the bottom, went from the top, and then just fill. Making sure you have a light hand. And we're still at the tail here, y'all. We haven't went to the center yet, but you can see it's just a little jagged right there, which is fine because we can take concealer. Shoot, we can just go like this. Boom, look at that. Easy cleanup. So that's what's really good about these, is that the cleanup is easier compared to a dip brow, which you'll see soon. So now we're gonna go towards the center. So you're gonna lightly, y'all, go under your brow and spread it over. Now, I don't tend to put a line over the top because of the fact that I don't want it to look like I have a fake brow on. So I usually only do the bottom, making sure that, you know, I keep a light hand. And if you go a little heavy the first time, that's okay, because we're gonna brush out the bottom right now. We're gonna take your spoolie brush and you're just gonna push that product up into your brow so that it has that nice like transition. And then you just go ahead and brush through the outer part of your hair as well, so there's no clumps of any type of product. It's just distributed evenly. Look at that. Now it looks like it's real big right now. You see, you're like, whoa, we got like a massive brow. Don't worry, because we're gonna go clean that up real quick. But you just wanna make sure that's evenly distributed. And then boom, you're done with the brow part. So once you've brushed all that product through your brow, then you're gonna take your brush, your flat brush that we had, and we're gonna take the lighter skin tone concealer. You're gonna take a little bit of that on your product, on your brush, excuse me, and then you're gonna want to just start at the tail, because you don't want all this heavy product in the front, but you'll start like in the middle of your eyebrow and just brush it over. Take whatever excess is in the middle of it and go right here. You're gonna lift your brow a little bit, like lift your eyebrows, make an expression, a crazy expression on your face, and just get that line under your brow as precise as possible. You want it to look as straight and as arched as possible. And that's okay if you bring in the concealer out here, because you know you can blend it out with the pencil. So then you just drag this down, this shade. And this looks like I'm doing it fast right now, y'all, it's because I am, but it usually takes so much more time. I'm just trying to make sure this video isn't 10,000 years long. So you can diffuse that color onto your lid, you just want to take that fluffy brush I talked about, and then you're just going to want to buff that out. It's crazy I didn't put any primer on my eyelids. Make sure you do that, guys, otherwise when you do your makeup it can slide. So I'm going to set this eyelid once I'm finished. Ensure that when you blend it out, you're just blending here. You're blending it from like here down. You don't want to go all the way up here because then you can get the concealer into your brow. You want it to look more concealed here. So say you have some hairs or something that you're trying to hide. You want to keep as much of the product there as possible, but you don't want too much. So that's why I have this brush. So you just take a little and you brush it out. When you get down to your lid, you can just start to swirl it. Okay, and then you want to take that other concealer color and the one that is your skin tone, and you want to take it, that same flat brush you used for the under part of your eye, and you just want to use that for the top of your brow. So it gives you that like that natural look, doesn't, because you don't want to put this lighter shade under your eye because you just want to highlight your brow bone under it. You don't want to highlight this part right here because then you look crazy. So I'm gonna get this. Start at the middle again. You can start kind of wherever you want, honestly, because this is more so just the cleanup of the brow. And then use on the, can you see that? And then you can just go and just blend those two shades together on this side of your eyebrow, if you're just planning on keeping it like this. And then to set it to set the brow, I'm going to go ahead and just take this Dip Brow, or just give me the Gimme Brow Benefit Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel, and I'm just gonna push this through. Y'all, do y'all see that? Why is Benefit trying to play me? Pause 1 second. Okay, we're back in production here. We fixed the mistakes. We're gonna wipe off the excess of this Gimme Brow stuff. We're gonna start with the tail this time. They're not gonna play me. We're gonna like this, and we're just gonna push that through the brows. Light hand, light hand. Oh, this stuff's pretty good. It's actually my first time using this, y'all. So for first time, it's pretty good. Wow, it lives up to the hype. Okay, so this eyebrow is done, and now we're gonna go on to the pomade. And so this is the brow pencil, and now we're gonna go on to do the dip brow. Okay. So I'm not gonna repeat the process on how to do the concealing and all that stuff, since I just did it on the other brow. It's pretty much the same thing. So when it comes to the pomade though, it's a little different because you're gonna be going a little bit lighter on your hand. So, and your movements also matter. So you're gonna take your pomade. You only need a little bit. I'm telling y'all just need a light hand, like a little bit. My pomade's a little dry because I left it open once. Big mistake, don't do that. And so you're gonna take off the excess with your fingers. So you just want to slide it, and then you want to take. I'm gonna take a mirror actually, one that's a little bit closer to me, so that I can see myself. Excuse me. Pause. So like I said, like with the other brow, you want to start on the outer end. And because it's so heavy, you really don't have to worry about having to dip your brow. Look at that. Y'all see that? That is crazy. That was just one stroke. One stinking stroke. Boom. That's crazy. So that's your tail. Making sure you pull out your tail just like with the brow pencil, but with a lighter hand and a different brush, obviously. So you want to do that. Start from the mid part of your eyebrow. My tail is pretty much the mid part of my eyebrow, but for you guys it might be different. So I'm going to say the tail for you. And just go tail, out, clean lines. And the thing is about the benefits of using dip brows and an angled brush is that your angled brush can make it so clean. You don't have to conceal as much with a dip brow. So that's the con, the pro of having a dip brow pencil or pomade. And now I'm going to start with the top of the brow. So this eyebrow for me is a little bit more sparse. It tends to get like no hairs right here. So I take my brow pencil, go where on my pomade, go where it is the least amount of hair, and then I just fill in real nice and dark right there. So yeah, once you did that, you want to fill in those brows, the end of the brow specifically, making sure that you get any hairs that are on the lower end into that pomade so you don't look like you have a disconnect. Connect it to the tail, bring it down, and then go back to the top, making sure you grab that pomade and you bring it down to the tail like so. Y'all should have saw this tweet. I'm gonna put it actually like right here. It is pretty much my life. It's like I'm ugly fine But if you get too close, you'll start seeing some stuff you don't want to see. As I have you guys like completely zoomed in on my face. It's fine. It's okay. So we're going to start going towards the center of the brow. We're going to go here. Very light hand. Okay, you'll see this. This is darker than the pencil. Way darker. Oh. What I do is I take this flat end because it's a cream in there and I start to go like this because the product will spread out into those. Oh yeah. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna go conceal off camera and put all the products in, and then you'll see how it looks like. Alright guys, so this is the final product. This is what came out. This is the side with the brow pencil, and this is the side right here with the dip brow. So yeah, just tell me which one down below that you prefer. Honestly, tell me if you found this video easy, it's easy to follow. If there's something else that you want me to explain a little better, just write it down in the comments below. I would be more than happy to help you with that along your journey, your eyebrow journey. Lord, y'all, I done been through some stuff with my brows. I mean, they're as thick as they are now. You know, y'all saw before the pencil and the dip brow. Y'all saw these brows were looking, you know, they kind of thick, not really, but compared to what they used to look like, I'll put a picture right here. Moment of silence. My eyebrows were thin, y'all. Like, they were, it's a long story, not really, but it's a story I'm not gonna get into. But just know, a girl messed my brows up, and they were so thin, and so now they've gotten to the point where they're getting thick. They've gotten thick again. Thank God, because the last time it took me like years to grow my eyebrows back. Thankfully now they grow back pretty fast. So yes, anyways, that is the end of the video. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also I'll do post notification shout out. So if you go ahead and hit the bell button, hit the subscribe button, put down below a social media platform that you want me to shout out, because I know that as a growing YouTuber, I want my YouTube channel to be spread out into the universe. So yeah, if you want me to do that for you, just go ahead and hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and put down below your social media platform, and done. And then I'll be able to shout it out in one of my videos, hopefully soon. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye. So for that, well, my nose just made the weirdest sound. Oh my god. Hold up. Let me get a little closer to you. Let me get a little closer to you. And you see what I'm taking forever. You guys are not getting all. Nigga, what?
You have a couple of appointments coming up. All day next Wednesday, Independence Day, and all day next Wednesday, Independence Day.
But Siri, I didn't say your name.